Yo, what's good, guys? So we're going from a space like this, like kind of like what you see behind me, to a space like this. And what are my 5 reasons behind wanting to do a scene like this instead of the previous scene that you guys just saw? So I was running into a few issues when running around trying to figure out what space I could use within my house in order to set up a dedicated YouTube space. Right now, we're currently going through some renovations in the house. We have some new additions coming into the household here shortly. So needless to say, space is going to be running a little tight. Trying to come up with a few different ideas about how to continue to produce YouTube content just for my studio stuff. If you guys are following the channel, you guys know that most of the content I'm actually filming when I'm out and about doing BTS, music video stuff. But on occasion, I like to put out some tutorial based YouTube content as well if I learn some new stuff along the way. So I got to thinking about utilizing a green screen for my YouTube videos. So I went on the internet trying to look at green screen backgrounds or backdrops. I wasn't finding any luck, man. A lot of them looked too polished kind of for what I was going for. So that got me thinking, what if I just find a space within my home where I can kind of temporarily set up my YouTube studio, film it for about 1 or 2 minutes, and then just run it on a loop on a green screen. That way I'm not permanently taking up this space, and the overall aesthetic of my YouTube videos will still kind of maintain the same aesthetic as they have previously. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys my journey on how I came to the conclusion that utilizing a green screen within my YouTube videos, at least for the time being, is going to be a better option for me throughout the next couple months. So why am I talking about using a green screen for a studio that you already have kind of in your space and you have control over? Well, for me personally, like I didn't really have a dedicated space for me to film my YouTube videos. I did have a space, but I couldn't necessarily like set up the lights in a permanent solution. So it kind of made a little bit of sense for me anyways, just to set up a space one time and never have to set it up again and just kind of set it up behind me on a green screen. So if you guys are anything like myself and you don't have necessarily a space that you can dedicate 100% towards filming YouTube content like this, where it's mostly talking head type of stuff, then maybe some of the stuff in this video you can take away from. So I'm gonna give you guys my 5 reasons why I think this is a really good solution for me for the time being anyway, until I get like a dedicated YouTube video space, or who knows, man, I might just stick with this permanently if it happens to be a good solution and it increases my workflow. So my first reason towards utilizing a green screen in your home studio is actually because of lighting. Taking a look at some of the lighting that you guys see in this scene here, like this Quasar Science tube light. I only own one Quasar Science tube light and I replicated it 3 times within this scene. I just simply filmed it 3 separate times on the initial take and then drug those files into Davinci Resolve over on top of each other in order to replicate it a couple more times, like what you guys see over here on my left or camera right. This is actually going to save me a whole lot of time as well when it comes to setting up, because I really only have to set these lights up just for this initial green screen kind of baseline background, and then I don't ever have to set them up again. Which actually brings me to my second reason, and that's some of the props that you guys see within the scene as well. I don't own that couch, man. That couch is just a digital couch. We, put it in post and everything like that. So a lot of the stuff that you guys don't have, like that tree as well, I don't own that. That's just pulled it off Google, stuck it in the frame. Color corrected it, made sure it matched the color of the Quasar Science bulb that you guys see in the back, as well as the neon light that you guys see here. That's just, I pulled that off of a website as well. So basically none of this stuff that you guys see in the scene here is actually in the scene. It's just stuff that I pulled in from the digital world and put it into the scene. So that's definitely an advantage, man. If you guys don't have a lot of the props that you guys want to use in some of your scenes, you can literally just pull them off of Google and just throw them into the scene. Just make sure that they're color matched with the rest of the environment so it doesn't look all weird. The third reason I came up with is exposure. If I can expose for 2 separate scenes, that means this scene here I can leave rather dark or leave it kind of in a low-key scene. And this green screen environment that I'm currently filming in right now, I can literally film it in a whole nother exposure as well, and make sure that those 2 exposures are locked in tight. Also too as well, the lights that I'm using obviously for this green screen environment aren't going to bleed over into my virtual environment. The next reason I'm going to talk about, and it's the 4th reason, is that a lot of times people don't have particularly large spaces in order to film their YouTube videos. So if you do have a small space, you can film it on a wider angle lens to make the room appear like it's bigger. And then when you go back and film your talking headpiece with the green screen in the back, you're able to film it at a tighter focal length, because obviously you don't want to film it on that wide screen and have your face look all, distorted and everything. Also as well, it makes the background appear like it's further back than what it is because I filmed it on a wider lens. Final reason, here we go. Number 5, you can film anywhere. You can literally like pull up at your friend's house, like a 5:1 reflector type style where you can just roll it up and you can take it literally anywhere you go. I mean, I guess even if you had to, you could film outside depending on the lighting. But my point is you can literally film anywhere and still be technically in your studio on the end product. So that's it, guys. Those are my 5 different reasons why I'm choosing right now anyway, while I don't particularly have a dedicated YouTube space, to film just using a green screen. So in Davinci Resolve 17, they made it super easy now to luma key this green screen out of your scene. Before, like a couple years ago, you had to actually go into the Fusion tab in order to do your luma keying. So just right in the edit tab, go to open effects, go to luma key, make sure that your effects overlay is turned on. Go ahead and go into the effects, and you can literally just click all over the green screen and it will literally just take it away. Make sure despill is checked as well. And once again, just make sure you go into your effects overlay and just make sure that's activated within your preview window. If you got any value out of this video, make sure you hit that like button, man. It's going to help this channel grow tremendously. We're almost at 2K. I appreciate all the support, man. Other than that, guys, if you're using a green screen as well, hit me up in the comments below. You guys may have some extra ideas for me as well. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.